We're live. We're
Oh my
live.
goodness. Fantastic.
Hi, everybody. Good morning to you, or afternoon, depending on where you are. It's afternoon here. Morning for Sam.
It's solidly morning here.
It still feels kind of like morning here. I've been trying to get caught up because I was off all week last week.
Yeah, I kind
So
of
this is
felt it. It was weird. I was like,
yeah.
I started to have like a desire to like be with Sarah because I was like, wait, I haven't seen a Sarah live in what feels like a year.
I
And-
know.
Because I love tuning in or like watching the replays. They're so fun.
It's funny because some people last week, well, because I announced it week before last that I wasn't going to be live for the week of Thanksgiving, and some people missed that. So I got messages last week that were like, "Where are you? Are you okay? Will you send me a message and let me know that you're still doing lives? Like, what? I'm looking for you, but you're not." It's all good, people. It's all good. Just took a little break. And just so everybody's clear, I'm going to do the same thing for Christmas. I'm going to take the whole week off. Because those are really kind of the only 2 weeks that I ever take completely off. So, just mark your calendar. I have not disappeared. Aliens did not abduct me. Nothing has happened.
Just
but I'm back now.
Sarah's alive. Everything's fine.
It's funny because
care.
I used to do a Monday live. Oh, let's see. No, I did Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And I usually had a Michael's class in between there. So you could catch me 4 times during the week. And if I ever took time off during that, people really freaked out because they're used to seeing me like almost every day. So at least now they know, like, okay, she wasn't here, but maybe she'll be here next time. So, but I'm not gone, y'all. I just needed a break.
You can't kill us that easily.
Nope. And it's funny because I told everybody that when I was going to take the break that I wasn't actually going to be taking a break, that I was going to be working on things because you had sent me a huge supply of amazing beads and I was going to work on those and I was going to work on the Michael's classes for February and I had all these plans, Sam. I had all these plans. And you know what I did?
Please tell me you did none of them. Please tell me you did
none of them. Not a thing.
None.
No, I sat around and watched Hallmark movies and ate way too much junk food and I slept late. Yeah, I didn't do any work at all. So
yeah, that's correct. That's good. I had all these things like sort of like I had emailed out about some of my ideas for Black Friday week. And then Friday, and the main thing was going to be like a sale on Friday. And I was still in LA with family and I was just having such a good time, just sitting by that pool, it was great. And Friday comes, I think it was on Thursday. I was like, I can't do this tomorrow. And I put out a note. I'm like, y'all, we're going to be doing this on Sunday. And you know what? It was fine. And I needed that week and it was,
yep.
I'm so thankful I did that.
Me too. And I'm so glad that you did too. We got to take a break now and then. I think people forget that like behind our lives, we don't just show up for the live and that's it. Like we have a whole production that happens in between those things where we're doing all of this other stuff. So, if we say we need a break, like we really mean it. Cause I know myself and I definitely know for you and for Nile, we're doing the job of like 3 or 4 people, just us.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky to have a team and we each have our own people who help us, but like it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I was at the office very late after the live sale last night, printed tags for December's Bead Box and like just it had to happen and like just what it is. Also, folks, let us know if I'm screaming, like if if I'm louder than Sarah or Sarah's louder than me, we can easily adjust that because I know that makes a difference and we will do our best to make it better before we jump into our beading for today.
Yes. And it's so good to see everybody. I have missed all of the people. Everybody's here. Colleen, big love.
Wait, is this your first one? Wait, this is your first one back.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so exciting.
Yeah. So
why am I always here for your first one back?
I just now seeing everybody. So it's good. And I got, like I said, I got messages, guys. If I didn't answer your messages, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm here. We're ready to do some fun things. In fact, yesterday, I did spend all of yesterday working. So I've got kits ready to go. You guys, and Sam has had a hand in these kits because he sent me beady deliciousness. And I've made some really beautiful, it's all about sparkle this week. So when Friday comes up, we're going to be all about the sparkle. I'm thinking about the new year. I'm thinking about parties. I'm thinking about all of those things. So lots of sparkle.
Ooh, I'm excited to see which beads you went for first, because there's a lot in that box.
Oh yeah, there's a lot, like a lot. All right, guys. So as you can see, Sam is here with me, and that's always a good time. Sam and I could just sit here and hang out all day, and I think you guys would probably.
I've got my donut holes, and I've got my tea. I can hang out all day.
Look, he has all the food groups. He has tea.
Wait.
He has donut holes. He's a fat kitty cat. Oh my gosh.
Chunky kitty.
I love it. That's so awesome. So Sam is at home, and I'm always at home. So I'm always at home. But that's not going to stop us from beady goodness. So I have Sam's November bead box. And though we are, today's the last day of November. Can you believe that? Like November just like is gone.
Nope, can't do that. Nope. It's December. Okay. What?
I know, right? Like, yeah, the last day of November today. I can't believe how fast November seems like it just came and just said, and then peace out. I'm gone.
That's how I feel about 2021 in general.
I kind of do too, thankfully, because it wasn't such a great year for me. And though it was full of trials, it really did go by fast. So I'm hoping that means that the upcoming year, we're going to get to savor the flavor, and it's going to be all kinds of goodness. I hope. Fingers crossed.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed. November went quick.
Amazing.
So I've got the November bead box. A lot of you already have this bead box. Sam, before we get down and dirty with the November box, tell us a little bit about your box for anybody who has not heard about it, which I can imagine that they haven't, but just in case, let everybody know about your bead box and about Sam's Bead Shop in general.
Sure. Where to begin? So big picture, I run Sam's Bead Shop. I've been doing it in some form since 2012 when I was, very young. And starting this year in March, I started a monthly box because the idea came out of folks always really liked the curation of the shop. Like that was always seemed to be what my little like special piece of the shop, that people liked what I picked out. And I mean, I was literally, all I do is I pick out what I like. And then that tends to be what my customers like also. So I had this idea in March, like, why can't I just start assembling some of my favorite things together? And that's kind of how Sam's Bead Box started. And Sarah's had every single box since March and has designed with every single box since March and has documented that. So you can watch all of those replays if you're kind of curious what past boxes have looked like, because we've done a completely different color palette every single month. And I've also kind of evolved the box over the months based on customer feedback. So kind of what the box looks like these days is it's like a whole lot of beautiful check glass. I love check glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $39 box, so we can't do like a ton of gemstones, but we're usually able to get in around 3 gemstones, which I'm still pretty happy with because they don't cost nothing, y'all.
Right, yeah.
So I can't remember. I think this month probably had 3. That's kind of, we've been going for 3 these days. Mm-hmm. And then based on, this was also based on feedback. Folks wanted really nice quality metals.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want to have to worry about what was in their metals. Cause like, I mean, I don't really trust the metals that come out of China, honestly, that much.
Right.
And I really wanted to put something out there that I felt good to me. Because I get very nervous if I do something that does not feel genuine to me. And so it's kind of started up this partnership with TierraCast, which is just this amazing company. It's also in the Bay Area, California. and they make pretty much all their stuff, all their castings, every single one of their casting items, they make here in the States. So, and they have like the most impeccable quality standards and like metal content standards. So I'm so happy to be able to work with them. And we've basically been including some TierraCast component every month. And I can't remember what's in November at this point because it's been 2 weeks. But Sarah will show us. And yeah, I just think it's a really fun box. And it just, the whole idea of it is supposed to be an experience that you get a whole box and it just like inspires you to just like need to start beading.
Oh yeah.
The whole point is like, yes, it's about 20 items, so hopefully not too many that you're not too overwhelmed. Maybe it's some items you haven't worked with before, which I think is actually a good thing to get you out of your comfort zone.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, you can go to folks like Sarah who are like kind of tend to help out in those scenarios with a trickier month. But even on those months when people are like, Sam, I'm stumped, I get a note 1 month later saying, thank you so much for challenging me with this month. I felt like I really grew and it really made me try out new techniques I haven't learned. And like, that's how I know it's working.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what Sam's Bead Box is. It's our best deal at the shop. It's also kind of one of the best experiences we have at the shop because everything's just done for you. You get your box, it comes every month. You don't have to order it. You just start your subscription. It comes every month and you have fun with it.
Yeah. And it's awesome.
And you can sign up using, Sarah has a code. If I should say
I
that.
do.
Forget. Sarah has a code, SARA. It's the simplest code we could come up with. And Sarah and I both forget it. And you can sign up. Maybe Nicole can drop the link again if she hasn't already. And that code will get you $5 off your first month. And you get to support Sarah in the process. So
which is
win-win.
Much appreciated. It is a win-win. And guys, I'm gonna gush on Sam and Sam's Bead Box a little bit here. I know it's funny because when you talk about yourself, you come at it from the business perspective. And like even your business perspective though is like, I see how much, like you were saying, the messages that you get where, somebody says I'm stumped, but then they say, oh my gosh, you helped me grow. The fact that you see that and can connect that and come at it from your heart as well as a business perspective, I think speaks volumes, not just about you, but about your company as well and your team and everybody that you work with. And I feel like that really comes out in the beads because you, just like you said, you genuinely care that our metals are coming from somewhere that is trustworthy, and you don't get better than TierraCast. You just don't. There's a reason, guys, why TierraCast stuff costs a little bit more than everything else, and it's because you're buying quality, you're buying US made, you're buying from a small business. I mean, they're huge, but they are a small business, and in a sense, you're helping keep their lights on just as much as you are Sam's and just as much as you are mine. So being able to partner with a company like TierraCast and to put Sam's Bead Box with a company like that also comes from the same place that you come from is just another step showing how much you really care. You want to be sure that we're getting gemstones. You want to be sure that we're getting quality items. And that's because you care. There are so many companies out there that they just don't, they just don't care, or their customer service is lacking, or, there's some facet of their business where they figure, well, the rest of it's working. Let's not fix the broken parts. But I can see that your company and like TierraCast, like you are growing, you're growing with your team, you're growing with the boxes, and you're growing with what you're putting in your shop. And it's not because, yes, you're there to make money, but at the same time, like, you respect all of your customers. And you can feel that. And I know I've said that a million times, but it really is the truth. And I got to tell you, when it comes to check glass, I worked with a company and it was when I was on TV. Everybody just connect those dots. I won't say it out loud, but I hated check glass beads. Like I hated them. And the reason that I know, right? The reason that I hated them was because I was not working with quality. And so every time I would get these big bags of check glass beads and I'd have to create all of these designs, I would groan. I'd be like, oh, check glass beads again. Here comes the check glass. more check glass, and it's because it wasn't what you're putting out there. So when I was introduced to you and I was introduced to good quality check glass beads, totally changed my mind about all of it.
So interesting.
Yeah, there's a huge difference, you guys, a huge difference. Not all check glass is created the same. And I can tell you, I know for a fact that Sam goes out of his way to make sure that he's getting the best of the best. And I know because I've seen the background where you've got stuff that you don't want to sell because it's not what you expected. So, you know, you're not just putting just anything in your shop or in your boxes. And, you know, and you've changed my mind about check glass.
Wow.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, Sarah.
Yeah, no, it's huge because I used to roll my eyes and groan about it. I was like, oh, check glass. Wow. Yeah.
That's so interesting. It must, because my whole experience with check glass has always been so positive, but I've only worked with certain like check glass manufacturers over the years.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad
and
to hear that.
And Peggy in the comments says, I feel that way about check glass from your TV days too. So I know I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one. Yeah. You kind of came in and changed the game with the beads. I don't know if you realize that or not, but you've raised the bar big time.
Well, I think the details matter. We put a lot of time into like quality sorting. I'm not saying you're going to get 100% perfect beads in the box because we're not going to catch everything, but we spend a lot of time quality sorting as much as we can because we want you're paying your money and you want to get like a really nice experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also I was thinking about what you're thinking about growing alongside like quality, using quality material. I see that as also symbiotic along with my customers. I have seen a lot of me grow alongside my customers growing in really positive ways, using nicer materials, nicer findings, nicer gemstones and glass. Yeah. And you can see their pieces like elevate.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of my customers run their own businesses, and it's important to be using quality materials. They're looking for quality materials because they have to then stand behind it.
Yeah.
And they want things that excite them to design with, and that'll excite their customers. So it always comes back to that feeling of like wanting something special.
Oh yeah.
That you just feel good about. That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
That's kind of the whole feel behind Sam's Bead Box. So I'm so excited to see kind of what your take on this on November.
Oh yeah. This color palette is one of my favorites. This definitely has that kind of Western, Southwestern. Of course, it's based on Sedona. I mean, that was your inspiration. It just feels like Western US. And like, that's so Americana, just goodness to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn everybody around so we can get started here. Hold on. Always takes me a second. Okay. So tell us what we're looking at.
Okay. Oh, you got it all laid out here. Okay.
I got it all laid out because the color palette is just so yummy.
All right, let's start with our theme name. Our theme for November was Sedona Sunrise. And so the whole inspiration was just like, is this Sedona sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise. I know.
Yeah, it's all about this idea of just like warm Southwest tones. So immediately I jumped to turquoise tones. So Sarah's already grabbed some impression jasper.
So pretty.
And to kind of go with that in the turquoise vein, we have a couple other turquoise items like the pinch beads and the rounds and the drop. Yeah. We kind of got a whole little collection of turquoise tones was kind of where we started.
They're so pretty. Yeah, I want to put something together that I definitely called this a design on the fly because I wanted to just kind of like see what happened, but I do have an idea in mind. And this was the first bead that I picked up when I opened the box. So this was my jumping off point. So we're gonna get crafty with that guy here in a minute. But I love the kind of the mustardy orange. Mustardy yellow, and then the deep oranges that and when you mix that, this come on, that's all types of goodness.
See, that's the exact color palette we were going for. We loved the idea of these like reds, rust reds, oranges, blues. They just go so beautifully together.
Yeah.
So what are your other some of your favorite items from the box, Sarah?
So some of my other favorites are, of course, the tiger eye. You can't go wrong with tiger eye. And I know a lot of people like tiger eye in color, but I'm always drawn to just the classic, right?
Yeah, the dyed tiger eye is a much newer bead in like the gem market.
Yeah.
Like, when I first started, which was like 10 years ago, like this is all I saw was like a natural tiger eye. And I still think it's so cool because it has that like chatoyance to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those kind of like those fiber optic beads that you see.
Right. Yeah, but that's a natural stone, which I just think is so crazy cool.
Yeah. All the browns in here. Let's see. Sly Fox. You can't go wrong with the Druck either. I love Druck beads. And this color, that's like my coffee in the morning. Just makes me happy.
That color mix just like.
Yep. I know. It gives me all of the warm feelings. And I think it was perfectly timed too, because like November's transition into December, and we've got harvest on the brain. And that's kind of what this is. That's what this is making me feel. So I love it. I love it. The flowers.
I think I missed this question last time, so I want to make sure I get it. Someone asked in our last live together also about like, is there going to be like a men's jewelry box? And I was thinking about this after the last live because it's not something that's really been at the forefront of my mind.
Right.
But at the same time, I see a lot of these boxes as very adaptable to men's jewelry.
Oh yeah.
I think men's jewelry can be taken in a lot of different directions. I don't think it just has to be brown and leather. I think there's a lot more possibility.
Yeah.
And like the possibilities are really expanding.
Gosh, those are pretty.
But I think but I think you can take these boxes, like especially this box with the tiger eye and some of those. Like, I also think mixed tones are really great for men's jewelry, like that impression jasper strand.
Yeah.
And I think you can spin it. That's my current response. I think these boxes can really be spun. That they don't need to be made into, say, women's jewelry. I wear a lot of these beads all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this color palette, my son loves this color palette. So I definitely, I concur. This is most definitely a unisex color palette. 100%. See those? Yeah. Those are just yum.
I love those. So yeah,
I do too.
November was kind of a special month because we got a closeout of a lot of different table cut and specialty shapes that we typically usually can't afford that many of for the box because items are literally done one tray at a time with a grinding block, and so they're just expensive beads. So things like those red rectangles and those brown ovals are table cut beads, and those are the ones that you're going to see on when you're shopping for beads. They're the most pricey.
Yeah.
So the really coolest one to be able to include 5 or 6 table cut items and specialty shapes like these pillow beads you've got in your hand.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Excuse me.
Those are so cool. Oh, I love that. These want to be a bracelet. They really do. They're telling me. They're telling me bracelet.
Did you see the bracelet I made? I think must have shown you. I made a bracelet inspired by your one of your lives using those pillow beads.
Yep. I love these. These are so fun.
It's so random, right? I'm just like, what the heck are we going to do with that? I'm just
They're so fabulous though. It makes me want, it's just like you said, makes you grow, right? Because maybe this is a shape that you never used before.
I've never used that. I've never had that shape before, but I saw it and I was like, that's special. And the colors are perfect.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This color palette is absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful. And it's even more beautiful when you take it out of the bags. Because you open it and you lay all the bags out and you get a feel for it, but you just don't get the full appreciation of it until you actually have it out and hold it in your hands. Those are gorgeous.
Isn't that? I had never seen a bead like this. It's like an opalescent, orange amazingness.
Yeah, they're super cool.
These were also from the closeout. It's an item we don't typically aren't typically able to get, and it just came at such the perfect timing. Check Glass has a huge variety of like based on what glass you're using,
Yeah.
really affects what the beads cost.
Right.
So a translucent bead of one color is going to be like your cheapest type bead. And then when you start mixing colors, like in those, or if you start going towards like opaque colors, which they call like silk glass, that's when it starts to get a lot more pricey. And you'll notice this box is almost entirely opaque glass.
Yeah.
So this is one of our most like value packed months we've ever been able to do.
Okay, I'm obsessed with these. I saved these for last intentionally because
I know what they are.
I
I
just
saw the
love them
string.
so much. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty.
If you like spin them a little bit, we get to see some of the shimmer inside.
I know, they're absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is, I know I use the word yummy like ridiculously, but that's what these are. No joke. This is a yummy bead.
Yep.
Like, if this were a food, I would eat it. It's so beautiful. And I have no idea what I want to do with them, but I know that they need something really, really special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is Peach Moonstone. This is one of the gemstone selections this month. And
they're so beautiful.
Peach Moonstone is just such a special stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so pretty.
It captivates anyone that looks at Moonstone. It's like, oh my god, wait, that's so cool. You have to kind of see it in person if you haven't tried Moonstone before. Like, there's different types of Moonstone, and they all have like different qualities. Peach Moonstone can be really cool because of some of the shimmer inside of it. It's here. It's here.
I love this collection from them, the Celestial collection.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorites. I love that sun. That's just awesome.
This is our tier cast sun and moon pendant. So it's a reversible pendant, which is genius design on their part.
Oh, yeah.
And they said it was I was talking to the designer who came up with that.
Yeah.
She said it was inspired by like vintage lockets.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Like that all the geometry of it was based on an old locket design.
Wow.
So it just like has such a charm to it.
Yeah, it really, really does. So beautiful. And I love that it's copper. I think copper was the perfect choice for this color.
Palette.
100%.
Antique copper. Antique copper is my first love. So I just thought like, this is what this box needs.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. Like, look at all of it together. Yeah. See, I couldn't shop for a palette like this. That's why I love your boxes. I mean, there's a million reasons why I love them, but I love that you put it all together so that I don't have to think. All I have is just the colors to be inspired with. Because if I go bead shopping, I really struggle. I just don't put textures and colors together the way that you guys do. So you've taken all of the hard part out of it. Then I just get to play. And that's what makes it awesome to me.
All right, make yourself full screen. It's time to play. Enough of my face.
Oh, come on. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay. So I had this thought, and I don't know if it'll work or not, but we're going to see. So I wanted to make a pendant, but I wanted to use this, but I wanted to, instead of using it this way, I wanted to use it this direction.
Okay.
And then I want to hang this down here. And I want these little guys to go with it. So I want those to come off of that like this somehow. And I'm pretty sure I can make it work with some wire because, I mean, wire does everything. But I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. Now, if I can actually execute that and then build a necklace around it, I don't know. But we're going to find out.
Ooh, wait, I love that shaping already. I want to know how you do this.
Me too. So I've got silver because that's just what I have on hand. I wish I had some beautiful copper here, but I don't. And if I touch copper, it ends up being a mess anyway. So I'm really hard on copper. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a knotted head pin on this guy since he's drilled top to bottom. So I'm going to take some of my 22 gauge wire. I cut a ridiculously long piece, but that's all right. All right. knotted head pin alert. So I'm going to grab the tip of that wire.
Wait, what's the sound effect I have to do?
I don't remember what it is. We have one. What is it? I don't remember.
I need to get a cowbell.
Yeah. We're going to need some cowbell. All right. So I'm going to grab the wire at the tip with the tip of the round nose pliers. I'm going to roll that around once, and then I'm going to roll around a second time directly underneath the first roll. And then I'm going to stop where I see the cut in the wire so that I know that I've been around twice. And then before I take this off of the pliers, I'm going to bend the wire underneath those two coils to run out this direction. So I'm going in the opposite direction of the pliers. Okay, so I'm going to take that off, and you can see I've got my two little coils. Take the tail end of my wire, and I'm going to tuck it through. A lot of wire here. Okay, just to make, looks like a little lasso. Okay, I'm going to come in with my nylon jaw pliers. I'm going to hold that, and I want those two coils to sit right up against the side of the pliers. I'm going to come in with another pair of pliers and pull, and that's just going to pull a knot into the end of our wire. So it just makes a little head pin. Okay, and I'm going to thread our bead on so it sits right on top of the knot that you created. So now I'm going to do a wrapped loop. So I've got my chain nose pliers. I'm going to bend the wire over the top of the pliers. That gives me enough room between the bend and the top of the bead for the wire wraps. I'll come in with my round nose pliers. I'm going to go up and over, rotate, take the wire over, and then wire wrap. All right. So I've got a wrapped loop on this guy, so I know he can hang. And it's probably going to need to turn sideways so it'll hang the way I want it to. I don't know. I might need to add a jump ring to it, but we'll find out when I put all of this together. I'm just hoping all of this goes together like I envision it.
I know it will.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, so I'm going to take some more of the 22 gauge wire, and I'm actually going to take a long piece of this because I don't know how much it's going to take. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to do a wrapped loop, but I'm going to come down kind of to the middle of this piece so that I've got enough on both sides. That'll make sense here in just a second. So I've got a huge piece of wire. Don't need this much, but again, don't know how much I'm going to need. So I'm going to do my wrapped loop in the middle of this piece. So up and over. And then I'm going to leave this wire long. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've got like this interesting little situation here. I'm hoping that's going to be enough wire to do what I want. Okay, so I'm going to thread on our bead. And I'm going to do a wrapped loop on the other side. Actually, I don't know if that's going to be we'll make it work. We'll make it work. If it doesn't, it's just wire. I can always cut more. Correct. All right, so I'm going to do a wrapped loop on the other side. Okay, this piece looks to be a little bit longer, so I think I'm going to use it instead. So I didn't actually need two of these to be super long, so I'm going to cut one of them off, the shorter one. I could have done this completely different, but that's okay. We're just going to go with what I've got. Okay, so now what I want is I want to put these beads on here, but it's not. Looks like I'm going to need like a little bead to go in there. So I'm going to grab just like a spacer bead.
Sarah, I feel like often when I join you, you come up with these like super extravagant focals.
I try. I love a good focal. I try. I really.
Or sometimes it's an earring that turns into a focal.
Yeah, that happens because I am so extra. It's like I start making an earring and then it's like, okay, well, I'm out of control. This is going to have to just be a pendant. It happens. It happens.
Ooh, I love, 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 love where this is going already.
All right. So I think I'm going to utilize a couple more of these little spacers here. So I'm going to put a spacer bead. I might not need those, but we'll see. I'm going to thread on my wrap to bead another little spacer. And then 4 more of these rondelles. I love these rondelles. They're so pretty.
What do you think of the name? I came up with pumpkin spice, but everyone who has seen them is like, Sam, these are mustard. I'm like, no, pumpkin spice.
Well, they are kind of mustard. I'm not going to lie, but
I can take it.
Pumpkins come in all different colors. So, I mean, it could be a spicy little pumpkin.
Thank you for your kindness.
Okay, so now I'm going to wire wrap over the wire wraps that are already there. What do you think? Did it turn out okay?
Yeah, that's phenomenal and one of the favorite things I've seen from the box so far.
I'm just glad it worked out in my head, or worked out of my fingers the way it looked in my head. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. Yeah, that's awesome sauce.
I already can tell this design is going to be very geometric, and I love geometric design.
So this is as far as I went though. Like now I don't know what needs to happen. Like what kind of necklace does this need to be attached to?
Ooh,
do we just like maybe do some mixes of these gorgeous beads and just do like links of yumminess, or
yes, all the above.
That's not very helpful at all. Okay,
no,
okay.
I already did my part.
Let's see. All right. So we'll just do that. We'll just do some wire wrapped links of stuff and show off all of this beautiful beady goodness.
Margaret said beads. Margaret said you should use beads.
Yeah. I definitely want to use the beads because I could cheat and just do like leather and be done. But what fun is that?
No, I think Margaret's sassing you.
Ah. Margaret, don't sass me. Oh my goodness.
Julie says links of jasper and then silver silk. We've got some ideas for chain. Jessica Cherry says no leather. Oh my goodness. And Wanda's here, so the world is right again.
Oh, yep, Wanda's here. Everything can go according to plan now. So more of the mustard just right out the gate, or no?
I mean, it could connect into the piece. I just don't know what direction are you going from there.
Well, I was just gonna do like a beaded chain just of different beads, because I don't really know what else to do. I didn't really think past. I didn't really think past the focal.
It definitely feels like we should bring back blue soon.
Okay.
Sorry, you know my whole thing. I'm just you're the designer here. I just get to watch.
No, this is a group effort. That's kind of why I like design on the fly. It does stress me out a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if it's a group effort, then I'm not the only one who has to take responsibility for the fact if it messes up and looks like a hot mess. So
okay, fair. Oh, I like that already.
Somebody said I was the wire queen. I totally will take that. I'll take that all day, every day. I want to be the wire queen. I want a crown for that.
Okay, done.
I need a crown to make that official.
We can
A
make
wire
one.
crown.
Yeah, you have to make your own crown though.
Oh no, that's not fair.
We have so many ideas in the comments. Cheryl says, I would use links of tiger eye and impression jasper with a pop of those red table cut beads. That's cool. We've got people are talking about tacos already. So helpful. Sabrina's thinking 3 turquoise and 1 pumpkin spice for a pattern. You got a million ideas here, Sarah.
I know. Malika says, who wants to wire a crown for Sarah? Somebody out there, make me a crown. I'm just kidding. Don't really do that. I would never tell you to do something like that. I'm just kidding. You don't have to make me a crown. As much as I want one.
I apologize if I missed anything. My roommate just asked me a question.
Nope, you're good.
Cool.
All right. So So that's going to make this, because I'm using wire, this is definitely going to have structure, right? It's not going to have like a drape. It's going to definitely have that V shape. I don't know how I feel about that, right? Maybe it needs to be a little bit softer. What do you think? Because if I keep going with the wire chain, it is definitely going to come down to this V. And that wasn't really what I was.
Can we play off the V? If it's going to be a V, can you start continuing the V upwards and then somehow connect the sides of the V with links of beads or chain?
What?
So say you have a strand, say those little arms there, keep continuing upwards.
Right.
And so that's our V. And then we could still drape things, but from either side of the V in the middle.
Drape things in the middle. I'm so confused. I wish you were doing this too. Like, what are you saying to me? We want to drape things? Where are we draping?
Drape in the middle. Put that above the red bead. What can somehow there be draping things?
I'm so confused.
Sort of. I don't know if it would actually work. I'm seeing you're saying this is going to turn into a V with the wire. So then what if then say like from the top of those blue links, oh my God, I'm trying to explain this. Okay, so put the turquoise strand, say connecting those 2 blue links. But like that would be then higher up.
Like here?
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, like could there be draping between the strands?
Oh,
it might be really tricky because it's wire and everything's going on a twist, but like that's what I'm seeing.
Right.
You don't have to take it. I'm just gonna throw out ideas at you, Sarah.
No,
I'm not offended.
No, but now I'm thinking like, okay, hold on. I don't know. I just don't know. That's totally different than what I was picturing, but I like it. But this is so hard. This is not supposed to be hard. Like, what? Or I could actually, you know what? I could redo this and put this part on bead stringing wire.
Tiger eye is pretty too there.
I know.
You could just continue it from now with bead wire. You could keep your focal.
Yeah, but but I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to. No, here's the thing. Okay, so I see like your other designer friends. I won't name any names, but they make the most beautiful bead stringing projects with it's just stringing, and I'm like, I want to be a stringer too, and I'm trying to figure out how to, because like I could take the wire away, right, all together, and except for this piece right here, put all of this on bead stringing wire, and then I could just string your beautiful beads onto the bead stringing wire, and I would have a beautiful bead stringing project like they make, right?
Not you compare yourself. Well, you could make smaller links using your lovely Beadalon wire there, Beadalon stringing wire, and you could make a shorter link of that tiger eye connecting however you like, and it would have more of that drapey feel there.
Yeah.
No reason. I mean, you could try it. We'll see what happens. We're here to try things with you. We don't care if it messes up.
But then I'm also looking at this and I'm like, but you know what else would be cool? Would be like necklace memory wire.
Oh.
Right? Well, let
Do
me
you
see
have
if I've
really
got
big
some.
memory wire?
I never use memory wire.
Let
me look.
Sarah has an idea. I can feel bubbles.
Okay. Got a big old bag of memory wire. So, okay. Staying true to wire. I mean, not that Beadalon doesn't have beautiful bead stringing wire. It does, but never use this stuff. So,
and that stuff's big enough to go around your neck.
Okay. We're going to need to trim some of this. I don't need all of that. Okay.
I'm so intrigued.
What if we're going to start in the middle, which I don't know if I'm going to need jump rings or not, but we're going to find out.
Prudence says, this is a first in history. Sarah's stumped. We have faith in you.
I'm glad you do.
I almost more think it's Sarah has too many ideas in her head right now. And then
Yeah, that's definitely the problem. It's like there's so many things that I could do with this really cool focal, and I just need to settle on one. Okay, hold on.
We're holding.
Now, let's see. Is that enough beads between there, or do I need one more? I think I might need one more. So that's going to give it major structure, which I'm kind of feeling. I wanted to do drape at first, but now I'm thinking, well, this definitely kind of has that southwestern, right? Or am I just totally off the deep end here?
I don't know yet. It's too early to tell. I'm here with you.
All right. Okay, so now the question is, what are we going to put next to this? Like, what should go next?
So we're going to continue stringing onto the memory wire?
Yeah.
Oh, blue? Some sort of blue?
Something blue. Some of these little dudes or some of these little dudes?
Will those fit? Will any of those fit on the memory wire?
Oh, I think they will. I'm pretty sure they will. So I could do, let's see. We could do one of these. And maybe two of these. This is why I never really do stringing projects, is because the pattern part of it, I kind of naturally think in asymmetrical, and so it's hard for me to do symmetrical.
I don't think stringing has to be symmetrical, but
No, it definitely doesn't. But on memory wire, I think it kind of needs to be.
are you envisioning that you're going to loop off the memory wire and make this and then connect it to like some chain or something to actually?
No, nope. I'm just going to make a memory wire choker out of it.
Ooh, I'm so fascinated.
But this needs some metal. Like I need something metal in here because you inspire me to use metal. You're the king of spacer beads.
I love spacers.
Yeah, and I need some spacers in here. I just don't know which ones I should grab. Let's see. So I have a whole box of them. Maybe I'll just grab some of these larger daisy spacers. I don't know. Add some more metal to this. Okay.
Sarah,
Let's see.
May I play devil's advocate for a moment?
Yeah.
Do you see? I almost wish there was more space between that red oval and the tiger eye. But how does it look like in? Oh, wait. There is more space.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just when it's laying like that. But
I love it.
I could put a jump ring on either side of this and give it even more space. Do you think it needs more?
I mean, actually, once you I actually know that I like it like that. That's very balanced looking now.
Okay. So what about all the tiger's eye that's right there in the center? Do you think they need to be broken up with something else? Or do you think that just a straight line of tiger eye works?
It definitely would be cool broken up. I think it... Stop putting me on the spot, Sarah.
No, because you're such a good designer. I love it. I'm picking your brain.
I do think if you had like a really thin spacer, like a daisy type spacer, it could look cool, or a brighter, like, or the little turquoise beads.
Okay.
But now I'm having you undo. Oh, geez.
No. But it's quick because it's memory wire. It's no big deal. Right? And it's like my show, so I don't have to finish. I do what I want. Okay, so
okay.
So
I'll just sit here and eat my donut holes.
Both or no?
Ooh, let's see.
Is that too much?
Let's see. What about just more turquoise in the center and then just putting the tiger on either end?
Okay.
Maybe it would take less of the attention away from that beautiful oval below it.
Right.
Which you like wire wrapped like in such a cool way that it features it so well. I feel so weird offering design offerings right now. Just would like to put that out there.
No.
Because I am someone who's learned so much from watching Sarah, and Sarah's like, "What should I do?" I'm like, "Sarah, I don't know."
No, you're an awesome designer, and I love your style. So,
Ooh, it actually feels so. I really like it.
So how does that?
Ooh. I think we're like heading in a really nice direction. It feels a lot lighter to me now.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. And then. So where shall I go from? I'm going to scoot this down to the middle a little bit so I can do that same thing on the other side. So now where shall we go from here?
Well, I see our pattern is arising from turquoise and other like warm tones of our browns and yellows. So it seems like some sort of play between those is our safe bet. And then we could add some like little pops of like red later on if we wanted to.
Right.
Or even some of those orange beads just higher up. Ooh, yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Let's put in a metal bead.
Yay.
Put in a metal bead. necklace memory wire can be kind of frustrating because you don't really know how much you're going to need until you get it more filled up. So anybody who out there has necklace memory wire and you've not played with it and you want to, just be patient with yourself because it can be kind of frustrating to work with, but the results are really cool because it makes a great necklace. Okay,
so I feel like you just put like the perfect like finishing touch on the focal of the necklace. I feel like that's like the end of the focal.
What?
And I often like to put like a metal bead at the ends of where the focal is. I see those 2 metal beads as the completion of the center of this piece.
I see what you're saying. I see. So it's like the frame on either side.
Yeah.
To say, okay, we're done with that piece. Now we're just moving on.
Now we don't have to think about that piece anymore.
Right. Okay. So now I want to bring in some more of that yellow color. Maybe, actually, you know what? Maybe we should do a pop of orange or red here.
I was thinking, like, what do those orange nuggets look like? And I say that only as a question of curiosity. What does it look like in person to you? Is it too bright?
I think it is. I think it's a little too bright. I think if I were using copper, I don't think it would be too bright. I think it would be, it would work. It would be a little bit more balanced. Those are not going to lay like I want on this though.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, so we have, what our options are. We have the impression jasper. We have, what about the triangle? How do the triangle tabs look? Oh
no, that's kind of cool.
That's intriguing. It's definitely like takes in a different color direction, but maybe it could work.
Right.
Is anyone enjoying this? Because Sarah.
And let's pick up the yellow and see. I just don't know. Because now I feel like,
I really think with stringing, once you start stringing, I just think any stringing sells itself. Honestly, I think like stringing can't be overthought.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I want Danielle Wick's brain. Wait. I want your brain. I want Rachel Malice's brain. Like,
I was literally about to say, have you seen how Danielle Wick strings up things together? Like literally in that moment. I
need a USB port from my brain to hers.
Same.
She sees color so differently than I do. And I'm so jealous. Like, she just really has such an eye.
I think she's also willing to be a little bit more risky, like a little bit more. I don't think she's very risk averse when she's pairing beads.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her designs, they're beads that you wouldn't classically put together.
Right.
And that's what makes her designs feel so special.
I agree. I know, it's like I got the wire stuff all day, every day, but I feel like I didn't get the color talent. Like, I feel like that got skipped on me for some reason.
So I don't agree, but okay.
Like, that's what I want for Christmas. Can somebody just like I'm gonna need some of that color talent for Christmas.
We have some Wanda help in the comments. We think maybe it's a moment for Wanda love. She says, sometimes when I'm undecided, I just start stringing beads.
Yeah.
Then I can see what won't work and I take those off. I keep whittling down to get fewer choices. I like that idea a lot.
I do too.
I already like what you're doing I already love what you're doing, Sarah.
Well, I think I'm going to stop though. Not because I don't want to finish it, but because we've been here for an hour and I do want to turn this around and show you what it looks like if I put it on, right? Okay. And then I can add more beads to it because I like it. I
actually really like where this is going.
Yeah. Okay. So this necklace memory wire is cool stuff. If you've got the right kind of neck. I don't always have the right kind of neck kind of depends, but
What kind of neck do you need, Sarah?
you have to have that swan like, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying words. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying things, okay? All right, just for safety purposes, I am going to make a loop on either end of this, but I can cut those off. Let's see. Because I don't want my beads to fall off while I'm trying to get this on.
For those
my
watching,
body.
you're using like, do you have some memory wire shears that you're cutting that with?
So I'm just using round nose pliers just to make a loop on the end for now. But yeah, if you're going to ever use memory wire, you got to have memory wire shears, or you got to have some heavy duty cutters. So these are my heavy gauge wire bead-along cutters. Notice I'm not using the blue handle ones. I'm using the yellow ones because these are made to cut stainless steel and like thick gauge wire. If you use your good cutters on memory wire, you will destroy them. So don't ever do that. You need the memory wire shears or cutters that are made for stainless steel. Don't ruin your cutters. Oh, and I have to have you back. You have to hold on.
My introverted self did not mind being off camera.
Okay, so obviously the memory wire is way too long. So I definitely will have to cut it. But you can see how...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the memory wire just gives it structure that it didn't necessarily have to start with, which I feel like definitely gives it kind of that... I don't know, it works with that Southwestern feel, because I see a lot of chokers that are, you know, turquoise and silver and have all that. So I feel like that can be really cool because it definitely has that like Native American feeling to it.
When you finish it, does it have to hook to itself, or is it strong enough that it could just go, you just hook it around your neck and then it's open in the back?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything to it. You can just put the loops on the end. If you want extra security, you obviously can put a clasp on it if you need to, but it's tempered steel, so it's not going to come out of shape. And it's not, unless you're using like super, super heavy beads, it's not going to come off unless you just, you know, you pull at it. Yeah. So it's safe enough to wear without. It
actually sounds like a really nice design for folks who don't like to use clasps. Where's Nile? It's a it's a way to have a necklace without a clasp. I really like that, actually.
Yeah. It's fun, and I always forget about it, but it does make really beautiful jewelry. And a choker, it's not like it's up here, right? It has enough weight to it that it just has structure. It's not like a choke you to death choker. It's just going to lay really nicely without you having to do anything extra to it, which can be really nice. If you've got like, you know, a certain dress, I don't know. I feel like necklace memory wire. I see a lot of like bridal jewelry, bridesmaids jewelry, a lot of fancy like party jewelry on necklace memory wire. You just throw it on and then it, you know, as you're dancing, you're drinking, you're talking with, you know, you're rubbing elbows or whatever you're doing. It's not a piece of jewelry that you have to constantly adjust, which can be nice. Rubbing elbows, you know. Sometimes I just say words and, you know.
And sometimes I fall in love with you more.
Thanks.
Amazing. Shirley says you can use magnets at each end. That's also really nice way. Nice way if you want more security. But I'm very intrigued. I feel like you just imbued on us like some lovely technique idea.
I hope so. I mean, we didn't finish anything, but we definitely got a good start. And the way that this little focal is put together, you can use that in any variety with these beads. In fact, you could do the exact same little thing with some of these guys on the edges. So a drop with these guys, I'm like backwards, so I'm having a hard time. You know what I mean? You know? I don't know. I just think it would be cool. You've got so many different beads to work with in your box that you could You could do all kinds of stuff. This would be a really cool earring too. Like if you took it and did 2 pieces of chain and put an ear wire on it, then you could have a really cool like dangle earring.
Absolutely.
I love turning this bead right here sideways. I don't know.
I think it actually, I really like it that way. Like somehow it makes it, I mean, it literally makes it a different texture to play with. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey. You know what I think of that necklace, Sarah?
What?
Wait, one moment.
Oh no. Thank you.
I've been waiting on that one.
I forgot about that. You were like, I gotta turn the sign over. Don't let me forget. And I'm like, what sign is he talking about? You're too kind.
My giant piece of lab. Oh god, this is all backwards. My giant piece of lab next to it.
I love it.
Probably my cactus of coasters.
It's awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh. Too funny. You guys are awesome. Lots of hearts, lots of love. You guys are so sweet. I love being with you, Sam. You're one of my favorite people in the entire universe. So anytime I get to hang out with you is a good time. I
feel about 4 times as good as I did an hour ago. So thank you.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. All right.
That's
you
mean.
Guys. It's been fun. I love picking your brain. I love to I would design with you any day. I think it would be fun if they would, like the Bead-A-Lon challenge, if they would let us work in pairs. I'd be like, I have to work with Sam. I want to work with Sam.
I'm flying to Knoxville.
It would be so fun.
Ooh. Wait, that could just be its own little thing we could pitch to them.
I know. They're always asking me if I have ideas. So maybe I'll send that one over.
We're doing it together. It's happening.
Yes.
It could just be its own thing. Of like because there's all those competitions where like someone like almost like a relay race. But like somehow can we do a virtual relay race? I don't know. We'll talk more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm seeing lots of possibilities with that. Oh, that would be so fun. You could even do like a round robin. Like I could work on it and then I could send it to you and you could work on it and like
the slowest round robin in the world. It goes at the pace of the US Postal Service. I'll just come to Knoxville.
I'm good with that.
Wait,
I'm good with that.
In Tucson. We'll come in Tucson.
I know. I gotta get the calendar out and I gotta mark it. I know Bead-A-Lon's asked me about Tucson too, so I need to just sit down and do it.
I want to go like first week of February, I think.
That sounds good to me.
Beginning.
Yeah. All right.
But
I'll sit down. Anybody else going to Tucson out there, let us know. Because I want to, hug hugs and rub elbows and. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a blast. It's always a blast. You guys, the Hardwired group meets today at 4:30. Sam, what have you got coming up this week?
Yeah. Oh, wait. What are you doing Hardwired?
Ooh, on Hardwired, we are making. So we're doing a little combo. We're working with the thank you for asking that, because that leads me to something else Hardwired related. But we're doing a combination of the wire coiling gizmo and the herringbone to make some party earrings. And we're using the large bell making pliers. So like we're doing party. I've got party jewelry on the brain. But guys, the Hardwired group is open for enrollment this week, all week. So if you want to come and make these fun designs, because we do a little extra over in Hardwired, right? So I've got those going on. Let me see. Is there anything previously that we've done that I can show you guys? One of my favorites, probably I think this was the first project we ever did, and I always show this one off if anybody is ever curious as to what we do in the Hardwired group. This was one of my all-time favorites that we put together.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wait, you wire wrap that whole component below the crown?
Yep. That was the first project we did in the Hardwired group. And I'm actually thinking about revisiting this one because I've got so many new people. We may have to revisit this one. But if you're interested in those kinds of projects, they're just a little bit harder. I definitely wouldn't consider it advanced, but it's definitely more of an intermediate style class. Come and join us. So the Hardwired group, you have to apply to the group. And then you have to be sure that you answer all of the questions. And then Kathy will send you all your information for your invoices. And it's super affordable. It's a great gift to give yourself this year if you're looking for some extra classes. The Hardwired group meets on Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we do Fridays at 4:30 Eastern as well. But all of the videos and projects live on inside the group. So if you can't make it, you can always watch them in replay. And you can go back and watch previous projects that we've done. It's a smaller group, so it's more kind of one-on-one. Sam's there. Meredith pops in from time to time. Danielle is there. It's just a lot of fun. So if you're interested, come do it. Come do it with
I was going to
us.
say, I would love how it feels so, I love that the streams are like smaller. Yeah. And like everyone's so chit chatty. It's just fun. I just think you do such a nice job keeping it just so relaxed and fun.
Thank you. I definitely want it to be a casual place where you're learning something, but maybe you don't even realize you're learning something. Those were some of my very best teachers that I ever had in school, were the ones who could teach me something and I did not even realize that my brain grew. You know what I mean? And so I think keeping it casual, and it's chatty, but at the same time, you're kind of soaking in some of that knowledge. I've seen some amazing designs come out of that group. There's so much talent in there.
Oh
so we would love to have anybody who's interested. Let's see. There's a question about cost. You'll have to go over to the group because right off the top of my head, I can't remember how much it is.
But you can sign up for 1 month at it. You can pay monthly, and you can pay also for an entire quarter. I know that. And you can get a discount if you buy the whole quarter at once.
Yep. And we have special guests too. Sam comes, Nile comes, Meredith comes. Like, we have special guests and we do special things. I'm planning on doing something extra special with the Hardwired group for the end of the year. And so it'll be fun. If you can make it, come hang out with us. We'd love to have you. And enrollment is only one window every month. So it's usually at the end and the beginning when the month changes. So you've got 1 week to sign up.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I haven't run this by Sarah. So if Kathy's doing all the invoicing this week and like I know you're in open enrollment, I'm going to have Miss Kathy pick a name from one of our new folks signing up. And someone who signs up and pays, she's going to send me a name and I'm going to send that person a strand of rubies. One person. So
wow.
Have until Kathy's cutoff to get yourself entered.
Oh, you are awesome, Sam. Thank you for that.
Just to sweeten the deal right now.
That is just too cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome.
Oh my God, of course. Wait, you were asking what the heck I'm doing coming up. What am I doing? Today's Tuesday.
You've been busy. I hope you're napping.
We did a live sale on Sunday and on Monday, which was, I never do live sales back to back. And they were like some of the busiest live sales we've ever had at the shop.
Yeah.
So I will be busy with those the next couple days. But then we're going to try to get all like the extra like Black Friday deals that we showed in those live sales photographed today and onto the website. So if you're not like on my email text list, definitely make sure you're on, because I'm going to email out once we publish those today or tomorrow, because we did like some crazy like $5 strands, and in some of them, a few we still have left of, so we're gonna get those on the website. So that's kind of my main thing, and then I got live sale Thursday, and my back to regular scheduled programming and class Friday.
You're so busy.
We're likely gonna do like bookmark making on Friday. It looks like.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're thinking like gifts these days. So what are things you can use your existing wire and beads and make really nice party favors?
I love that. I love that idea. That's super cool. You guys don't miss out. Go write it on your calendar, set your reminders for all of Sam's goodness. And Sam, in between all of that, please rest.
When
You were looking a little worn out this morning. You are looking much better now, but you looked tired. You looked like you didn't
I'll
get
probably
enough.
be taking Friday off. I've been working the whole weekend. I'll probably be taking Friday off.
You should. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I will see the Hardwired group at 4:30. Sam, I will see you just everywhere because you are everywhere. And I love that. I'm always just a message away if you need me. Everybody else, have a great afternoon. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone. This was so fun.